Hey, what's up, guys? It's Azpi, and today I'm gonna show you some drawing exercises that I recommend you doing like every couple of days, because I really want you to be the best drawer that you can be, because you want to do that too, right? Or else you wouldn't be watching this. All right, so the first exercise I call weighted circles, and basically you grab this brush and do this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the point of this exercise is just for your hand and fingers and arm to train and expose it to different variations in pressure, and to train it to be able to do that consistently. So a couple of things you should look out for when doing this exercise is making sure you start different places. So right here I drew them all starting from the top, but you could also draw them from starting from the bottom. So you could see I started here thin, and I started here thin and I went thick, and I kind of attempted to go back to thin, but I'm not that good. So let's do a few more. But yeah, you also want to do them different sizes. So I'm gonna do them small. And now I'm gonna do them bigger. Make sure to use pen when you're practicing this traditionally, because when you use pen in real life, it makes you mindful over what you're gonna draw, and you can't really just go willy-nilly, because in digital art you could always undo. So we're trying to do that, because this whole thing is just to practice your dynamics and your dexterity in your hand, just so you could draw whatever you want. So yeah, let's move on. All right, so this one is called thick to thin lines. You might have seen other people do it, but mine is cooler because I named it better, because it says thick with two C's. Yeah, so as you might have guessed, we're gonna make lines that vary in thickness. So it's gonna kind of look like some weird worm, but that's okay because we're practicing pressure. So I think this pen size is too big, so let's make it a little bit smaller. In my opinion, it's a little bit harder to do this with bigger tablets, because then you have to travel all the way up and down your whole tablet, and it's kind of hard to vary your pressure through that amount of space, because you have to use your elbows. So you might want to try interweaving the thickness and thinness together. So the part that's thin, you're gonna make your next part thick. So you see how they are like interwoven with each other, and you go ahead and make another one. As you may have gathered, this is also to practice your dexterity. Let's do a few more. I noticed that when I do these exercises, it kind of helps me practice texture, because it requires a lot of precision when you do texture, and I'm not really one to be precise. So this kind of helps me be a little bit more patient with texture and a bunch of other stuff in drawing too. Usually I tend to do these exercises like every 2 days, because in reality these exercises kind of naturally happen when you draw, but it's just to speed up the process. But yeah, these lines, they're okay. I feel like the best ones are over here, and these are getting a little bit too wavy. But I know you could do them a lot better, because you're cool, bro. You're watching this channel. I know you're cool. So yeah, next. Okay, this one's a really fun one. I call it spider webs. Let me draw you a Spider-Man real quick, because you're cool. Oh yeah, okay. That's not what we're gonna draw though. So this exercise is called spider webs because we're gonna draw something that looks like a spider web. And basically, we're drawing circles and then lines that intersect the middle of those circles. So let's start. Okay, so that was one. And as you may have noticed, I started from the circle and I made more and more, and made them grow outwards radially. And I attempted to make the lines go through the center, but I'm not a perfect goddess and god like you. So, you're gonna do that part better. So let's do a few more. You could also start by making the lines instead of starting with the circles. So yeah, let's do that. That was an okay one. Let's see, let's make the circles. Damn, these lines are thick. But yeah, I usually do like 4 or 5 of these or 10 before I start drawing. And that's my warm-up. This is my favorite warm-up. Yeah. When I draw the circles, I tend to use my shoulders more instead of my wrist, because I usually use my wrist, which is typically thought of as bad, but you gotta break a few art rules. That one was horrendous, but let's try again. So circle with the shoulders to keep it smooth, and lines as well with the shoulders. I work in a little bit of elbow just because it makes me feel better. Try not to undo on any of these exercises, because then it's gonna keep you complacent and unskilled. We're not like that over here, so yeah, no undos. Big ol' reach. I really like the circles on that one, but the lines are messed up. But yeah, moving on. Okay, so now we're diving deeper into the more complex exercises. And basically, this one is gesture figures, which you may have heard of. So when drawing gesture figures, you want to have references. Like, that is 100% you want to. Something you need to do. Like, bro, if you don't, then yours is gonna come out whack. So I use 2 websites, which are It's Sketch Daily and Quick Pose. So these are pretty much the same things. They're timed pictures that change after a certain time interval, as you may have guessed. They have different customizability options, but let's get to the website. Okay, so I'm here on Quick Pose, the website. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I wish I was. Bruh. This is a really good website for any artist. So what I like to do is go over here, time to practice, and click 30 seconds. Usually, I think somebody like you or somebody like us would start off with 60 seconds, but I've already done a bunch of these and I got more used to them, so we'll do 30. I tend to draw 20 images in 30 seconds, so that's what these numbers are talking about. Also, since this is YouTube safe, I'm trying to get them sponsored, bro. Let's put clothes and costumes on. You could do them nude and stuff, but nah, thanks. I don't want to see peepees on my screen. No thanks. All right. So I like to put this on the side, and then this over here, and zoom in a little bit. So let's start. Beep. Okay, so our goal is to create gesture drawings of this figure, and we want to exaggerate all the curves we see, but not get too focused on the details. So I already spent too much time looking at this, and I want to have my mind fresh when I draw one. We just want to get the general gist, and you might just draw sticks if we really need to. We do not want to focus on detail. So let's start. As you could see, I'm not even drawing full legs and arms. I'm just getting the general gist and exaggerating what I see. But it is very important to draw every body part though, because if you don't, then you're gonna make that a bad habit and never draw those. But this is one of the best exercises for sure, because I went from like 0 to 100 real quick by drawing this. I do notice that my bad habit is not drawing the feet, so make sure you don't do that. Learn from my mistakes, young grasshopper, please. Can I be a praying mantis since you're a grasshopper? Alright, sounds cool. But yeah, what I'm employing in my figure drawings is something called CSI or SEI, which is using 3 types of curves. This one, which is a S, a C, and a straight or I. So any gesture or limb or any detail honestly is made out of any of those shapes. So I feel like this one is like that, and the arm is like that, and the head is a circle. So we're gonna have a little bit more legs since he's leaning back. One thing I recommend is never starting from the head, because once you do that it gets really stiff and it's not really good, because the whole point of gesture drawings is to feel loose, you know? It really improves on that department, feeling loose and dynamic. That's how you get such flowy art, and how a bunch of people train to get cool art and stuff like that. And as I said earlier, you could do these in pretty much any medium, especially like paper. Some people even use watercolors and charcoal, but I just recommend you stick to pen, because like that's non-erasable and it's similar to digital art. So yeah, we're just gonna do a few more because I think you got the gist of it. Got the anime girl legs. Motherfucker said, ooh woo, I'm shy girl. Yeah, she got the cool eyes, she got the anime hair. She's my girlfriend, bro. She's my girlfriend, trust. She's my TikTok girlfriend. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this exercise. That was gesture figures. I just recommend finishing the 20 and doing 20 per day. But yeah, let's go. Moving on. Okay, this one is called The Box. Ha 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 ha. It's like that one song. How does it go? The Box? Alright, anyway, so the box exercise is drawing boxes in 3D space and rotating them. You don't really want reference for this one, but you do want to not undo and stuff like that. So usually I start off with like a box. No shit, but forward facing box. Make sure all the sides are even, and I just consider that like my straight perspective box. Then I do one on the side. Try to make the line straight, because like then what's the point, honestly. And there's more that you would see more of the bottom. I undid. Oof. I'm low-key horrible at this exercise on digital, but I'm slightly better on pen. That's just me making excuses, but this is a hard one. I know you could do better though, as I said, because you're a master. I don't even need to show you these exercises. You're already good at them, right? So yeah, I want to make each box different, and just make sure the sides are even, because I'm not really doing that. That one's long, bro. But yeah, this, just think about how it would look like in 3D space, and you should get there. Kind of reminds me of Draw Box Challenge, but I was too much of a scaredy cat to complete it, so no thanks. One thing to be wary of is not to use guidelines, because then this is trying to test your ability to draw in 3D space by yourself, because that's one of the most important things about art. So yeah. Oh, there's a fucking airplane or something outside. Shut up. Oops, hope my neighbors don't hear me. Okay, I think it went away. But yeah, as I was saying, try to make the boxes varied and not draw the same box, because then you're gonna be biased. But yeah, bro, moving on. And finally, the classic exercise, drawing from life. So usually I do not have this planned out, and I just do it spontaneously, and I did not have any object planned out. So I'm just gonna see this. I'm gonna draw this air purifier that I have on the right of me. You could draw whatever you could see. You could draw my pretty face if you want, you know. Yeah, I mean, cringe. So I'm just gonna draw this air purifier, and for this the goal is to fully observe what you're seeing and think about what you're trying to improve at. So I'm gonna try to improve like at line thickness and dynamical lines, and with this box like structure it's gonna be kind of hard. So you might have other goals or something, like maybe perhaps practicing your shading or stylization. But yeah, I'm just trying to make it precise because I'm not that good at it. So yeah, let's begin. Please hurry up. So right off the bat, I already know I've made a lot of mistakes. Like at the top, I wouldn't have made this line so thick, and I'm not really looking at the actual vents that it has. I'm just drawing what I think is there, which is a mistake a lot of beginners make, which is drawing what you think is there instead of drawing what is actually there. You need to keep looking at your subject and ensure that what you're drawing is not just what you think is there, but what is actually there. Bruh, I hope this gives you traptophobia or whatever you call it, fear of holes. Another mistake that I noticed that I made is kind of making it a different perspective than I see it in real life. I'm just kind of imagining another perspective. So make sure not to do that and keep your subject in the same place so you could draw it consistently. This is a lot of people's favorite exercises, and I could see why, but mine kind of came out crappy because I'm not good at drawing from reference or from live drawing. So this is gonna be one of the drawings or exercises that I repeat the most. But yeah, let's make this sucker bigger. And you know what? Since I like you so much, I'm gonna put a little face on the sucker just to prove the final exercise. Having fun. Nah, just kidding. This was the final exercise, live drawing. One thing I do advise you though for drawing all these exercises is finding a full illustration to use them in, because if you just practice these little fundamentals and it's not really gonna help you, you have to actually learn how to use them all together. That in itself is a skill, combining all the things you've learned. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Make sure to subscribe. Yeah. See you on the other one because I have more tips to show you. Bye.